Thank you. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be. I'm Julian Bright, Senior Analyst with Informa Telecoms Media, and welcome to this presentation on TD-LTE, Spectrum Ecosystem Dynamics and Early Deployments. The agenda for today, I'll be kicking off with an overview of the current situation with regard to the market, the TD-LTE, looking at the market status, and then running through a few slides which will be looking at the situation with regard to spectrum availability and current licensing. At that point I'll hand over to my colleague, Principal Analyst Malik Saadi, who will talk a little bit about the devices and chipsets for TD-LTE, and then we'll wrap up with some details on the our own forecast for the market growth, and having a look at some of the case studies and examples of the early TD-LTE deployments. So to start, just a quick overview of the current situation with TD-LTE. Out of the 160 plus LTE networks which have launched commercially around the world, some 90% currently are using frequency division duplex, or FDD technology, which clearly is up to now has been the foundation of LTE as it's been rolled out around the world. The remaining proportion are using time division duplex, or TDD, or TD-LTE. The difference being that TDD transmits according to different time slots between the downlink and uplink channels, rather than using a dedicated channel, as is the case with FDD. The early commitment to TDD by a large group of operators, led by China Mobile, but including a number of global players such as Bharti Airtel, Japan SoftBank, STC in Saudi Arabia, and Clearwire in the US, are really driving the rollout of TD-LTE and the development of the technology. And really this technology is now started to grow into a global movement, and as we'll see during the course of this presentation, there is now widespread industry backing for the standard and for TD-LTE technology from not just operators but also from vendors and device and chipset providers. So network equipment and devices all currently under development for TD-LTE. According to our own forecasts, by the end of 2017, well over a quarter of all LTE subscriptions will be accounted for by TD-LTE. So clearly we're anticipating significant growth over the next few years. Clearly the major markets that will boost those numbers will be in China and elsewhere in the world, in India, and a number of other major markets that we'll look at during the course of the presentation.